Welcome to Metal Gods
Right,
TV.
so with Appleton from iSturf, Blaze, Bayley, Absolva, and also solo stuff now, aren't you?
Yeah, I like to keep busy.
Yeah, definitely. So, is there anything on the horizon with iSturf at the moment?
With iSturf at the moment is temporarily on hold due to John being very involved with Demons and Wizards again, which for people who don't know, that's a kind of super group fused from John Schaefer from iSturf and Hansi Kirsch from Blind Guardian. So they're doing all sorts at the moment, festival-wise, and they're about to re-release, the first two albums they did for Demons and Wizards. So that's very much John's priority at the moment for this year. So iSturf will most likely get back up and running sometime next year, but there's nothing set in stone just yet. Yeah.
And you've been doing stuff with Blaze most recently, haven't you? And Absolva as well.
Yes, yeah. The most recent thing I've been doing, just a few festivals in the UK with Absolva. We just did Hammerfest last weekend, which is where I saw yourself at. That was cool. That was a great gig, awesome gig. Yeah. Very, very pleased with it. And everyone at Hammerfest, they treated us really well. Everything. We may have had a couple of skinfuls along the way, as you do.
Don't we all?
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, that's what's been going on with Absolva recently. And as we speak, we're working on Absolva's 5th studio recording. So that's going to be coming out within the next 6 to 8 months or something. So, but we've got all sorts of festivals and UK dates and European dates over the next 6 to 12 months, which you can find on the website and the gig listings and stuff like that. But with Blaze, I've just announced that I'm the second guitarist for his summer festivals. So Sweden Rock and Rock the Coast in Malaga, Spain, as Blaze is touring his 25th anniversary since bloody hell, I've lost my words today. Since releasing his Iron Maiden albums. So he wanted 2 guitarists for that specific tour. So we're going to be doing a very special set list featuring a bunch of songs from his era of being in Iron Maiden. So I'm very excited for that. Some really cool looking gigs coming up over the summer.
Great stuff. And I know you've been concentrating on your acoustic release of your own album at the moment. Is that Snake Eyes, is it called?
Snake Eyes, yeah. That's going to be released in about 3 weeks now on the 26th of April. It is.
Brilliant. And I think I noticed looking around earlier on, you've got a video up. Is it How Does It Feel to Be Alive? Is that a video single?
That was from the first CD. The latest video is off Snake Eyes. Is called Medusa. So yeah, I just did a lyric video for that song. That's the first time anyone's heard anything from this album. So I chose this song because it's still quite an up-tempo kind of acoustic vibe going on, but I've also featured some different instruments that I didn't use on my first CD. So I've included the bass, which I definitely wanted because I want to still be known as the bass player kind of thing. Yeah. As much as I love playing guitar for Absolva and obviously acoustic, my main love passion is still bass guitar for iSturf and whatnot. So I wanted to feature the bass quite a lot on this album, which I have done. And on this song, Medusa, there is actually a little bass solo. So I just couldn't resist, man. I just couldn't resist it. And so that's the reason why I chose Medusa to be the first thing that people heard as the single, so off this album. So yeah, it's a cool rocking song, and you can find that on YouTube now. There's a lyric video for that track.
Nice one. And is it a totally solo project, or have you got other people on board with you with that?
No. I mean, it's me on everything. However, I have featured some special guests on a variety of tracks now. So I've got Rishi Mehta from Babylon Fire. He's done some brilliant guitar solos and melodies on a couple of songs off the album. I've got Teresa Smith from the band Meta Prism. She did some vocals on a particular song that I think was actually the first song I wrote for the album. And I had this vision. It's kind of like a love story. It's called First Star. And it's a love story between a man and a woman, and just they're both traveling a lot, not getting to spend much time with each other. And I wanted it from a perspective from both the man and the woman. So obviously I needed a female vocalist, and she was one of the first people I thought of. And I actually did a tour with Teresa quite recently, as her band Metaprism were opening up for Iced Earth. So that's where that connection came from. But she's done a fantastic job on the album. It's definitely, for me, one of the highlight tracks on the album. And I've also got my brother, Chris Appleton. He did a wonderful solo on a song. He actually also engineered, produced, mixed, mastered the CD Snake Eyes. So he was with me for the entire process. So it just felt stupid not to ask him to perform a solo. And he laid down this amazing melodic solo for the song Crocodile Tears, which I'm very proud of. And my final guest is a man called Gene Adam, who is actually the very, very original Iced Earth singer. And he's also in the band Purgatory. So I was really happy for the little fan, the Iced Earth fan inside me was like screaming like a little girl when I got that. So I was very happy to get that in a bag. And Gene's such a great guy as well. So yeah, I was really pleased to have them all on my album. It's a really nice achievement for myself.
And do you like doing the acoustic stuff? Because I know you did a Bloodstock set as well on the Jaeger stage there. So you seem to get into the acoustic stuff in a big way at the moment.
Yeah, I really like it. It's something very different from what I do usually. So, you know, it's all heavy metal, really. So Iced Earth is very heavy, great big stages and everything. And Absolva the same, you know, we're getting heavier as things progress. We've got a lot of old school Saxon and Accept influences in there. And I just wanted, in between all that, I just fancied doing something a little bit different. I mean, me and Chris have dabbled with acoustic stuff quite a few years ago when Chris released his solo acoustic album, Restless. And I was involved with that a little bit, and we toured a couple of weeks or something, a couple of weeks of touring, a little bit in Europe, a little bit in the UK, but we never really did anything too heavy on that. So the more time off that I had, the more I just experimented with different sounds acoustically, different songs started coming together, and then I released my first CD, How Does It Feel to Be Alive? And I toured that very, very heavily. Did, I think, about 40 dates around the UK and Europe supporting Bayley, which was a nice little push, you know, jump start. So it was really cool. And that built up a lot of confidence. The more shows I did, the more confident I became performing as an acoustic artist. And it's really fun because it's such a challenge to go on stage and you've got no drums to hide behind, no distorted guitars. It's just my voice and my guitar. That what you see is what you get, kind of thing. But I quite like that because I've always present it to myself as a challenge every night to win the audience over and to prove to people that just because it's acoustic doesn't mean it has to be really relaxed and really mellow. I still give the audience 110%, and I want to get them involved as much as possible. And I believe I do that on stage. So that's my goal. When you see a Luke Appleton acoustic show, you expect 110% energy and a metalhead on stage with an acoustic guitar battering the shit out of it, kind of thing. So that's my goal, really.
Yeah, but the near future, you'll sort of be concentrating on the Absolva tour, will you, rather than the acoustic stuff?
Yes, there will be a lot more Absolva dates throughout the year. Just kind of scattered. I think we're gonna have like a couple of weeks in Europe. We've got a show in Belgium supporting Y&T towards the end of the year, and we've also got a show opening for the mighty Power Quest in London. That's going to be very fun. Those guys are great. A couple of festivals here and there. We're doing Rock the Coast Festival in Malaga and Dart River Festival in Finland. So those are going to be really cool. But my next thing now is my acoustic tour does actually start in a couple of weeks. I think my first show's on the 21st of April, and that's kicks it all off in Belgium. Then the next weekend I'm in the UK. All sorts of shows in Germany, Belgium again, Netherlands, and just all over the place. And I've just recently announced that I'm going to be returning to Greece, which is going to be wonderful. I've got a 3-date tour in Greece in September, which I'm extremely excited about because Greece has always been Iced Earth's kind of biggest fan base. I mean, got wonderful fan bases all over the world, but Greece is just out of this world. You know, some of the most passionate fans I've ever come across, and it's a really special. So I'm excited to bring this acoustic project over there for the first time. So I think that's going to be very special.
Nice one. I had a question in from Ian North who says, do you fancy playing Pentrafest?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you're going to get in touch with him or he's going to get in touch with you, but yeah, I think he wants to make it so.
Yeah. Tell him to get in touch with me and let's make something happen. Yeah. If the dates work, I'll play pretty much anywhere, you know, as long as the logistics are right. Just, the more the merrier. Nice
one. And finally, have you got a message for everybody who's going to be watching this or listening to this, and you know, for you, Iced Earth, Blaze Bayley, whatever? Yeah, well, to anyone who's listening or watching this right now, I want to play absolutely everywhere in the world. So if you're in Canada, Russia, Bulgaria, Poland, wherever, I'm going to make sure I get there and play a show for you. That's my main goal. I love playing music. I love playing live music. That's my main goal. My CD is out on the 26th of April. You can check that out on my website, lukeappleton.net. And no matter what project I'll be performing with, I'll make sure I come to your city. Brilliant. Thanks very much, mate. Finally tied up with you. Thanks for that. Is that cheers, all right? Mate. Yeah, it's brilliant. Yep. Absolutely brilliant. Awesome. Thanks a lot. Sorted. Right. You cheers. Got more to do? See you later. I'm sure I'll see you at the next festival or something. Oh, definitely, mate. Yeah, definitely. Cheers, mate. Thanks a lot. Keep in touch. Bye. Thanks.
May God have mercy on your soul.